It had been over a year since Carrie was involved in a dreadful accident. Norfolk Southern hasn't been the same since that very day.
I have some terrible news. Just yesterday, Carrie was involved in a nasty wreck near Madawana. The crew's okay, thankfully, but there's no telling what will happen otherwise.
Oh no, Carrie. Now I further regret that conflict we had.
Carrie did take a nasty hit in that wreck. Since then, there's been a lot of debate about what would become of him.
Ouch, take it easy, Will.
What will happen to Carrie?
I think he'll be fine. His frames weren't bent.
I can fix cars, but I've never worked on a locomotive. Do you know the Saturn V was the biggest space shuttle ever built? It weighed 6.2 million pounds and was 363 feet tall, taller than the Statue of Liberty. It's now at the Kennedy Rocket Garden at the Space Center.
After the crash, Choco was one of the two engines assigned to tow Carrie in 4001 to the Juniata shops in Altoona for major repair jobs. It was painful for Choco having to see her friends in such a state. Fast forwarding back to present day, Carrie had been put back into service after an extensive rebuild. Today was the day.
Huh? Why is everyone up so early?
Today's the day, Josiah.
What's going on?
Carrie's been repaired, remember? Today he's coming home.
Oh yeah, he is. But don't get too excited. He's probably still affected by what happened.
Sean did remember that. It turned out what Josiah had said was likely true.
There he is.
Remember to contain your excitement.
Hey, look who's back. Long time no see.
Now I see Josiah's point.
Maybe he needs time alone. You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, in 10 minutes I need you to take a freight train to Louisville, Kentucky with Carrie.
You got it. Wait, did you say with Carrie?
I did.
You mean he's finally repaired and with us again?
Yeah, he returned this morning.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, Mr. Edward.
My pleasure.
So who will lead?
Well, I was thinking about having Carrie lead.
Is it okay if she leads instead?
I wasn't expecting you to ask that, but very well.
Huh? That's not like Carrie at all. He's usually excited to lead trains. Carrie, is everything alright with you? What's wrong? Why didn't you talk to me?
Just leave me alone, okay?
We're your friends. We just want to help you.
Since when?
Do you not remember us?
Poor Carrie. I can't imagine what he's feeling.
After work, Nicholas saw Timothy, Benjamin, and Matthew at Industrial Wasteland.
Hey Nicholas, have you noticed anything different about Carrie?
I'm happy he's back. He's not acting like himself at all.
Exactly, and he doesn't seem to remember our names.
I might have an idea. Wait and see. Hey Carrie, I know you're not in the mood, but remember this place? Good old Highland Valley, home with some coal mines, that grain silo, also that view to watch the sunset at night, which is what me and my girlfriend Lily do sometimes.
Go away. That wreck was terrible.
It was, but it's over. Just be glad you're home. Loosen up, man.
Just leave him, Nicholas.
I think I should. So much for a good idea.
As Nicholas nervously backed away, he saw Josiah.
You were right, Josiah. He really is affected.
Hate to say I told you so.
I know his derailment was horrific, but I still don't know how this is enough to make him forget everything.
Later, Nicholas and Ryusei were in Conway Yard getting ready to take 15K to Bellevue. 2 eastbound trains were also waiting. JP and Carrie were to take 38Q to Hagerstown MD, and Zane and Kai were assigned to take 14G to Mooresville PA. That was until Carrie learned about the train's consist.
Hang tight, you guys. We need to check some tank cars, a few coal hoppers, and a couple box cars.
That's when Carrie was startled.
Coal hoppers?
Correct, there are a few towards the back of the train.
Not coal hoppers. There's no way I'm hauling any more coal after what happened in April. Got it?
The whole yard was shocked. Zane and Kai took a much more calm approach to this situation.
Sir, would it be okay if we switched jobs with them?
What do you mean?
I don't think Carrie wants to do his assignment now, even though that's not how railroads work. If you want, we can take 38Q to Hagerstown, and he can do our job.
Well, I suppose that would be okay, but hurry up. You guys don't want to lose time.
So it was settled. Kai and Zane took over Carrie's original assignment, while Carrie and JP did the shorter distant run. Soon they passed Lily, who was taking the Pennsylvania west of Pittsburgh.
Hi, Lily.
Hi, JP.
Careful, Lily.
Huh?
Carrie, what was that all about?
I was heading in that direction when I crashed. I remember it so well, so vividly.
Chill out. Many trains use this line every day and rarely do we have crashes.
As Nicholas returned to the main yard, he saw some of his friends waiting.
What's going on?
Nicholas, we're all concerned about Carrie.
What can we do about this?
We need to get Carrie to snap out of it.
But how? I put on a few attempts.
All for no purpose, it turns out.
Excuse me? I tried to show him around to jog his memory, but he wouldn't listen.
I bet Diz had something to do with his wreck.
I bet Dueling had caused Carrie to wreck.
Ellie, right now this is not the time.
Sorry.
It has to. Just think about it. Carrie's wreck was nothing compared to what could have happened, but still gave him some time off the roster.
Yeah, I can't imagine how I'd feel if I was in a nasty accident and had to spend a lot of time away from the open rails. I'd be miserable.
And I think Carrie is too. To think that all he could do at Juniata was watch other trains go by or sleep.
But I have an idea. Coal cars.
What does coal have to do with this?
Carrie was on a coal train when he crashed. Maybe even that little detail's enough to remind him of April. A couple days ago, Ryuzi and I witnessed it. Carrie freaked out when he found out that he had coal cars on his train, and I heard him say he refuses to carry any more coal after his accident. And I think that's another reason he didn't want to see Highland Valley again, because we have 2 coal mines in the mountains. Let's not forget, his wreck happened not long after his quarrel with Sean. The fight started while they were pulling a coal train and ended with some empty coal hoppers.
That might be true.
Those are good points. I might know what's wrong with him. He now has a fear of coal.
You're joking!
Not so. He had several bad experiences involving coal trains. He must think it's cursed.
He may be our friend, but he's pretty psychotic. This has to be said.
What? No, he's not. Probably what it is post-traumatic stress disorder.
But Bear's had 2 accidents so far and he still pulls coaches regularly.
Yeah, well, he might have handled the situation differently, or he wasn't extensively affected because he knew the accidents weren't his fault.
But Carrie's accident wasn't his fault.
Yes, but the other 2 instances of coal cars, he caused a coupler to snap by pulling incredibly hard, as did Sean. Later, he biffed some cars out of anger. How they didn't stop after the hill, I don't know. That's it. Maybe he feels guilty about the first 2 incidents, and that's why he's haunted by the last one.
And maybe he lost his memory of us after he got rebuilt.
That's nonsense, Ben. I got rebuilt a few years back, but my memories didn't go away.
I say that's different. You were custom SC50 before you rebuilt. Main got repainted, derated 3,000 horsepower like SC40 at 2. Carrie, however, is still an SC78, but he needs some new parts like a new cab rebuild.
That doesn't mean he would completely forget us, otherwise he wouldn't remember his wreck. I think it's a mix of amnesia and PTSD he has.
Well, I have an idea. We need to make Carrie face his fear.
What?
If he's afraid of coal, we need him to take a coal train.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Listen, if he faces his fear, maybe he'll realize that coal trains aren't jinxed. And then he'll stop thinking about his wreck and move forward.
You know what? That might not be a bad idea.
But someone has to be our deputation.
What is a desperation?
A deputation is when we tell Mr. Edwards our plan. Someone has to do it. Any volunteers?
There was a long silence.
I propose that Nicholas be our deputation.
What? Me?
Yes, you. You're going to be the one to speak to Mr. Edwards.
Now get going before he goes to Five Guys.
Little did they know that Carrie had been eavesdropping on the whole discussion.
Is this true? They're making me suffer. How and why?
Some delicious hamburgers and all those fries. Oh, hi. Mr. Edwards, Why are you so nervous? You see, sir, they made me a deputation, sir, to speak to you. It's about Carrie, sir. They want you to assign him to a coal train, sir, to overcome that so-called fear he has. Please, sir, his next assignment needs to be a coal train. Sir, thank you, Nicholas. That will do.
Nicholas wasn't sure if he should be pleased with himself or not.
What's going on?
My friends want to make me suffer. They know I'm worried about coal trains, but they want me to pull one anyway.
I was wondering what was up with you and those coal cars.
If you were in that accident with me, you'd understand.
I know you had that nasty wreck, but why does that worry you about coal in general?
Because my wreck involves coal, and I've had only a few bad experiences with coal only a week or so before my accident.
Carrie, I know how you feel, but you can't blame it on the coal itself. This could have happened on any train. In fact, you should be lucky it wasn't a loaded tanker train, even though those trains are safer nowadays. Besides, steam locomotives back in the day used coal, and I've seen you haul a lot of it.
That's different.
I can see how your derailment changed the way you think about things.
I suppose so. Now I've got a fear of coal because this brings back terrible memories. I suffered for more than 8 months before they could finally repair me.
I know how bad your accident was, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. At least your crew survived, and that's a good thing.
Still bad. We didn't know if we'd make it or not.
Well, you did, and that's what matters.
Yes, but I don't want this to ever happen again.
We never know when things like this happen. You just got unlucky there. Besides, we have a pretty good safety record on our part.
Well then, it needs to stay that way. I can't face coal ever again.
Don't say that. Sure, you were in a derailment once, but that doesn't mean all the time. As I said, NS is one of the safest Class 1s in America. And never mind what the silly foamers say, this doesn't happen all the time on CSX either.
I hope you're right. It's been terrible for me since April.
I better go now, Carrie. See you later, and remember what I told you.
Carrie did start thinking about it.
Alright, Carrie. We have a loaded coal train that needs to be taken to Norfolk, Virginia. I need you to do it.
No, I just can't.
Relax. Nothing will happen. I promise.
I'll do it, I guess.
As Carrie coupled to Brandon in his train, he got nervous once again.
Carrie, it's okay if you don't want to do this.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a little time to find someone else.
No. Gonna get over this fear. So I'm gonna face it head on.
Soon the air hoses were secured tightly, and the signal showed green. It was now time for Carrie's trip. all the way to Norfolk, the journey went well, and there were no problems.
Phew, what a run.
But it wasn't over yet. Carrie had finished the hard part, but he soon had to survive the return trip.
How do you feel now, Carrie?
Oh, alright, I guess.
The news soon got around.
Carrie? I haven't heard that name in forever.
How long has it been? I can't remember too much about it.
Neither can I, Tannen. It's been so long. What's his number again?
I remember his number.
You do?
Yeah, it's, what was the question again?
Forget it.
Hey, Carrie, you want to be in my upcoming series? Never mind.
They finished their journey safely, returned the empty cars, and went back to the shed.
So, how do you feel?
Better, actually. That was a good run.
I'm glad to hear that. More importantly, we're glad to have you back.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
Hey guys, who's this engine here? I've never seen him before.
I've got a lot of catching up to do, don't I?
Yes, you do, Carrie. Yes, you do.
Like a startling sign that fate had finally found me, and your voice was all